I'm Larry J. Feldman, owner of Career Changers USA, and I'm going to throw an interesting topic at you. I'm going to talk about the value of everyone. Now, consider this is coming from a car salesperson, and we're not usually thought of the touchy-feely, embrace everybody, be warm. But I'm going to show you why that's absolutely wrong in most cases, and what happens if you take that whole concept and turn it on its head. This is not meant to brag about my success, but rather to look at why I was able to do what I do and why you might be able to do better what you do. I was successful in what I did right from the beginning for one really simple reason. I adjusted my attitude and worked on my attitude to appreciate everybody's value. I don't mean to be disrespectful to any business, particularly the car business, but a lot of times we make snap judgments on people and decide the way they're dressed, maybe what they're driving, or just a general assumption we pull out of the air that they're no good, that they can't afford it. This is really doesn't make any sense, but it's the truth. A lot of times we're disrespectful to our customers who are the people that are actually feeding our family. Now, I have heard other trainers in a lot of fields, particularly mine, say don't make assumptions. That I disagree with. I always assumed everybody was a buyer. I was excited to see him. Hey, I'm going to make a friend. I'm going to make some money. Think about the psychology of how we present ourselves to people. For anybody that's watching this, that lives with somebody, think about when you go home or they come home and either one of you has had a bad day. I know when I used to come home and I'd be really chewed up and spit out, my wife would say, "What's wrong?" I'd say, "Nothing." But she knew something was wrong. Now, how did she know it? Was there like a movie marquee over my head, Larry's bad day? No, it was all over my face. Well, don't you think customers see when you're not happy to see them or you're breaking up their lunch menu? But when you're smiling at people, when you genuinely convey, hey, I'm super glad you're here, maybe they'll be super glad they're here. And I see my career was based on the fact that nothing is stronger than when a negative is overcome by a positive. If I say to anybody, you sound like a used car salesman, that's not perceived as a compliment. But that just leaves tremendous room for growth of a relationship, because nothing is stronger than when a negative is overcome by a positive. Think in your lives when you didn't think you were going to like something and it turned out to be much better than you thought it would be. How relieved you are, sometimes how delighted you are. I don't want to get overly preachy here, but when you understand that everyone has value, it gives you more value. When you look into people's souls and hearts a little bit more and empathize, rather than disdain them or make them feel bad, everybody's happy. I happened to build my career in Trenton, New Jersey. Really, really nice people, but it was kind of an economically disadvantaged area, and I ran into many, many people with less than perfect credit, shall we say. A lot of the folks I work with look down on them, talk down to them. Not me. I understood there, but for the grace of God, go you or I. I mean, I don't care how well you're doing. Things happen in lives, medical emergencies, life changes. But when you look at people and you're actually glad to see them and you give them a chance to like you and you try to understand them, life gets easy. I don't want to throw a kind of an obscure quote at you, these days anyway, for what they're teaching in schools. Thoreau said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Why would you want to get up every morning and dread going to work? And when you get to work, you're miserable and you're unhappy. Isn't it great to get up in the morning and get excited? And when you meet people, look at them. I'm telling you, everybody that I ever saw on a lot, anybody that I ever talked to, I was thinking, I'm going to sell them. I'm going to earn your business. I'm going to make a friend. And yet a lot of the people I work with, by the time you got out of your car, had already decided why you're not buying. And again, it doesn't have to be the car business. In a time when people are so overtly negative, how great is it if we're positive? How great is it if we're upbeat? There's an old cliche that a lot of people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. Think about how you like to be treated. Think about how you feel like when you're given short shrift or not given the proper time. Treat these people like what they are, potential friends, potential customers, and all of a sudden you'll wake up one day and you'll decide, hey, I'm excited to go to work. I'm not the only person in the car business that has a ton of customers that still work with me that are delighted to hear from me. There's plenty of people out there like me. We may have to get past the hurdles of the people that maybe have given us kind of a bad reputation generally. But I like that challenge. I used to love it when people used to say, "Wow, for a car sales guy, you're pretty nice." Well, so are you. All I want to tell you is, the more we understand and seek to empathize and find the value in other people, the more we'll discover the value that's within every one of us. That's all. I'm Larry Feldman, and thank you so much for listening to my Larry Talks.